me to the interior, so that's when I started playing guard. From sophomore year on to senior year.
Okay. You play any other sport?
I was on the weightlifting team. I threw shot put for track and field.
I was gonna say shot put or discus because you told us you got long arms. I was like, they ain't doing it right if they didn't come get you.
Oh yeah. So but the discus, I could not throw the discus, not in bounds to save my life.
You a Disney brother.
One of the funniest stories I ever told, man. I would, and you're right, I did get disc because the last time I picked up a disc, I lost where I was, so my release point was off. Threw the damn discus so far out of bounds, I hit one of the buses that was parked outside of the gate.
Oh!
And I remember Coach Bragg at the time, he was like, "Welch, step out the damn cage." And that was the last time I picked up a disc.
So I already know what they're calling you back home. Way left Welch. I mean, for those who don't know, it is hard, but don't worry about it. We ain't doing it. This brother did it or didn't do it.
Right.
When it came to hitting the bus, he did it. But yeah, it's a good field event. I love it. I used to mess around with the shot put. Never competed with it, but I loved it. But I had some technique with that. I really loved the shot put. Let's talk about some other things then. In high school, were you voted anything? Most likely to hit a parked bus at a track meet? You
know what? I was not voted anything. I guess I can say in high school, I was really just the cool guy.
Yeah.
So my nickname, because I have a nickname as an adult, but my childhood nickname is Cannonball. If I go to Pensacola, nobody's going to call me my current nickname. They will know me as Cannonball. And that's how it's always been. Cannonball, cool dude, always around, nice guy. Yep. So I didn't really get voted anything. I was always just a cool guy that was just always around.
Anything better than a trip getting ready for a long journey where our podcast released a new epi, searching for a fade fiend, new fixation. Giving this a subscribe is the same sensation. Started with the day ones, they gave us fuel to support the season. Could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here for a reason. Notification bells, text with friends, all to let you know. Check your Bluetooth, connect, talking with Donato.
Welcome in, everyone. Episode 164, Top 40 Off the Charts, with our guest, Tyrone Welch. Mr. Welch, what is that day like for you today?
Today is a great day, man. It's a pleasure being here. Can't think anywhere else I would want to be, man. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me on.
Hey, well, I'm glad to hear it. Thank you for joining us today. We're going to go right to it. First, man, the lyric was T-bone steak and Welch is great. Look at that. How many times in a week is there a joke on your last name?
These days, not that often. When I was in middle school, they actually called me T-bone, and they would always say that lyric. This is a true story. But I think more so than anything to this day, I get more lyrics about my first name, Tyrone.
So, you better call.
Exactly. You can call me.
It could go either way. T-bone Tyrone, T-bone Welch. I mean, it's all there. We had to get that out the way, brother. We had to get that out the way because I know a lot of people are looking at the screen right now. And it's like, Donato, I know you're going to get him. I know. Yeah, we got to talk about it. Brother Welch, I got to know. So is Welch, is that an English name, Scottish, Irish? I'm going to say that's where it is. It's from the UK area. Where does it come from?
It's definitely an Irish name. It is not a Florida name, which is where I'm from.
Yeah.
This name came from probably centuries ago, decades ago. Yeah. How my family got that name, we won't dive into it on this podcast.
Yes,
but we inherited that name. It isn't of Irish descent.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now I am a little curious though. How frequent is it? I can't say I know many. Raquel. I mean, look, I had to do that for the viewers too, because they want to get to that one too. But do you come across a lot of Welch people?
I do not, and whenever I do come across a Welch, they don't look like me.
Yeah. Raquel don't either.
No.
Yeah.
A stark contrast.
Yeah. Let's just say her poster goes up before yours do. Just saying, a little bit of a crush when I was a boy. All right. You said you from Florida. I'm a guess. I really don't know this answer. I'm a guess. You a Pensacola dude.
I am a Pensacola dude.
No!
I'm a panhandle guy, man.
Yo.
Yes, sir. Born
now
and
I'm
raised.
Take my show on the road. I'm gonna take my show on the road.
You need to. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
So I spent a little time there. Did undergrad out there. Over. I'm Central Florida. I was in Daytona Beach.
Okay.
But I dated this girl. Yo, I had to drive. This is the thing they don't tell you about them long distance relationships. I had to drive to Pensacola from Daytona. I know, must have been love. Hey, look, this ain't her. But I mean, you live and you learn. You live and you learn. Now, I think that was like a 5-hour drive, a whole nother time zone for those who don't know. And then you got to take I-10, the most boring highway in all of America. I'm gonna put that out there. I know it go through your backyard, but man, ain't nothing good.
I-10 ain't nothing but trees. I-10 ain't nothing but trees, man.
It's the worst.
Yeah.
Hey, what you got about them? What you know about them Argonauts though? You support them?
I do support them because it's Pensacola, University of West Florida.
Yes, sir.
Home of the Division II national champions in football. They won in the 3rd year of their existence. I always tell people, people sleep on Pensacola sometimes, but Pensacola is a city of champions. For us to be a city of maybe 200,000 people,
right?
The fact that we have Roy Jones Jr.,
Smith,
Derek Brooks, Derek Gaynor, Justin Gatlin. You know what I'm saying? Like Roman Reigns. You know what I'm saying? Like it's almost like my fraternity. We have a motto that says achievement in every field of human endeavor. Pensacola is the same way.
Oh, that was sporadic, brother man. That you hit everything. You hit everything.
Oh yeah, I'm a proud participant in everything, man. So Pensacola is one of those cities that produces greatness in everything you can think of. Like it's the home of Chappie James, the first 4-star Black general.
Yeah.
So it's Pensacola is one of those cities that it exudes greatness.
Yeah.
The fact, it takes a lot. It takes a lot of metal to make it out of the city and to survive on your own and just to survive out here. But we normally survive and we advance because of how the city builds us and how it molds us, right? So that's why we can have 2 NFL Hall of Famers. That's how we can have an Olympic gold medalist. We produce Hall of Famers even in Major League Baseball, Don Sutton, right? Ooh. So and even Trent Richardson, 2-time national champion running back from Alabama. But these are just a couple of people who represent the city well, and it's because we are raised with that grit. Miami is real famous, everybody loves to go to South Beach. Pensacola is kind of like a mini Miami in some sorts of retrospect.
Wait, you better get to that one quick.
yeah. You know what I mean? But like I said, because the city our size, it does. Yeah. We kind of have that built-in chip on our shoulder. Yeah. So we make sure we let you know we here, and what are you gonna do about it?
From
how we do it.
For those people who may not know, y'all got white sand beaches around y'all and some clear water too.
Oh yeah, the most beautiful beaches that you can probably find this side of the Maldives, Pensacola, Florida. White sand, sugar white sand.
Okay. I mean, some people may not know that. Y'all treated me nice. It wasn't too expensive. I'm not gonna tell you what years I was there, but but yeah, y'all treated me nice, man. Wasn't too expensive. A lot of fun. I spent a lot of time on that campus. Played some ball out there on those outdoor courts at UWF. Every time I showed up, there was somebody ready to ball. So athletically, some of the stuff you talking about, I always had good games over there at UWF, and I don't even know if they were students, but I just know there was good games, and that's what I was there for, trying to run.
I'll tell you, 75% of the time they probably were not students. If they was black and hooping, they did not go to UWF. They was from the city, baby. We just went out there because the court was open.
Yep. The demographics. I did some indoor and outdoor there. But yeah, I used old girls I dated, get into the joint. But yeah, did the outdoor and the indoor. All right, hold on. Were you born in Pensacola?
I was born in Pensacola. I am not from Pensacola Beach. I am from the city of Pensacola, Florida.
All right,
Born and raised.
hold on. All right. Around your time frame, who's the closest of those athletes that you mentioned?
Well, Justin Gatlin went to my same church. He's class of 2000 out of Woodham High School.
Yeah.
I actually played against Roman Reigns and the Usos. His real name is Joe, and the Usos are Jonathan and Josh Fatu, right? In the WWE. So we're all class of 2003. So I actually played football against those guys.
Oh,
We were
okay.
in high school. Yeah.
Was he nice back then?
Oh, he was cold. I almost cussed, but he was colder than a block of ice. So all the stories that you see, that you read, is true. He was Defensive Player of the Year in the city of Pensacola. He eventually went to Georgia Tech, played DT at Georgia Tech. Man, he was a beast. Like he was hell to block.
Man, how'd y'all not keep him in state? I don't understand that.
Some people just get out of the state, man.
You got to get away.
And you know how it is now. Like recruiting is such a widespread thing, and it really started I think everybody really started getting hip. I'm not gonna lie, when all the other states kept getting their asses kicked by the state of Florida, we got to go get some of these guys, right?
Yeah,
no matter whether it's hook or crook, or you can't have them all. So that's the same way Tommy Frazier. He's a Floridian, but he ended up going to Nebraska.
Yeah, no doubt. You're right.
Sometimes it just happens. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, it is hard to compete with Hotlanta. When they coming in recruiting, you go in for that trip, and they say, "Hey, man, you're gonna be right downtown. You're gonna be in it." For those that don't know, Georgia Tech is downtown. It's in it. It ain't on the outskirts. Mm-mm. You in Atlanta. You can walk to some spots right downtown. And then not to mention the prestige that you get with it. And I think y'all, they were outside of their heyday from probably 04 to 08 when he was there. But it's still Atlanta. It was a nice city.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so let's get to it then. So you were born and raised there. If I go to that town and I drop that name, Tyrone Welch, which barbershop should I not go to when I drop that name? Do they know you? What do they know about you?
I don't think I'm that famous back home, because I've been gone for about 21 years now.
Whoa.
Yeah, because I graduated high school. I would go back for the summers for those first few years, but I graduated. I moved on and attended the Alabama State University.
Oh,
graduated from there. So, shucks. The barbershops I did go to, they actually closed up now because some of the barbers they matriculated in life. They're seasoned now.
Yeah.
So, shout out to Potter's Barbershop. And, my Uncle June used to cut hair on Davis Street and stuff like that.
Okay.
So some of those places they're legacy barbershops now.
Yes. Yeah. So the high school that you went to, it is senior year. Whether you brown bagged it or not, stay with me. You got your tray. You come up out that lunch line. What table are you sitting at?
Oh, I'm sitting with the football players, either sitting with the cool kids, man. Or I am sitting next to how can I say it? The most populated area with the young ladies.
Yeah.
So that was my go-to.
No, that was where you needed to be, sir. You were doing it right.
Yeah.
You were doing it right. I was a late bloomer when it came to that, but we all got there sooner or later.
And what happens, if you go to those first two options, the third option is going to be there by default. So it all kind of blended together.
Yeah. So when you played football, what positions did you play?
I played offensive line. So I played right guard. Actually, so funny thing. So when I first got to Pensacola High, I started off as a defensive tackle. Coach actually moved me to right tackle on offensive line because I still had good feet, right? And I have longer arms than normal. Like I'm a shorter guy, but I got long arms.
Yeah.
So eventually they ended up moving me to the interior. So that's when I started playing guard from sophomore year on to senior year.
Okay. You play any other sports?
I was on the weightlifting team. I threw shot put for track and field.
I was gonna say shot put or discus because you told us you got long arms. I was like, they ain't doing it right if they didn't come get you.
Oh yeah. So but the discus, I could not throw the discus not in bounds to save my life.
You a dizzy brother.
One of the funniest stories I ever told, man. I would, and you're right, I did get dizzy because the last time I picked up a disc, I was trying to throw the discus, and I lost my not my balance, but I lost where I was, so my release point was off, and I threw the damn discus so far out of bounds, I hit one of the buses that was parked outside of the gate.
Oh!
And I remember Coach Bragg at the time, he was like, Welch, step out the damn cage. And that was the last time I picked up a discus.
So I already know what they're calling you back home. Way left Welch. I mean, for those who don't know, it is hard, but don't worry about it. We ain't doing it. This brother did it or didn't do it.
Right.
When it came to hitting the bus, he did it. But yeah, nah, man, it's a good field event. I love it. I used to mess around with the shot put. Never competed with it, but I loved it. I wish I would have had some technique with that. I really love the shot put. All right, so let's talk about some other things then. In high school, were you voted anything? Most likely to hit a parked bus at a track meet? Where they were
You know what? I was not voted anything. Let me see. I guess I can say in high school, I was really just the cool guy.
Yeah.
Like so my nickname, because I have a nickname as an adult, but my childhood nickname is Cannonball, right? So if I go to Pensacola, nobody's gonna call me my current nickname. They will know me as Cannonball, and that's how it's always been, right? So Cannonball, cool dude, always around, nice guy, yada yada yada. He played football. He had the brown Buick till I got a box Chevy, all of that stuff, right? Yep. So I didn't really get voted anything, but I was always just the cool guy that was just always around.
Oh, no, ain't nothing wrong with that, man. I mean, cool points was the goal for everybody. I don't care who they are. Even a cool guy like you won't turn in those cool points in. You no. If they came to you easy, you was like, well, hey, I got mine. I got mine. All right, hold on. I ain't never asked nobody this before. I'm going to tighten the tie on this one. All right, that bow tie is looking very sharp, brother, by the way. Well done, sir. Bow tie game. School dances. You a dancer or you be holding up the wall?
I used to be a dancer, man.
No, I ain't never asked nobody that.
Yeah, I used to be a dancer. Not quite like Kid and Play dance.
Yeah.
I had good feet. I had good feet till I didn't. So
yeah. Hey, but you used them. You used them before you lost them.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I had excuse me, let me see, 1721. I'm gonna edit that one out. I am curious then. What was your go-to? Let me see. You from the South? You like that Miami bass? Did you like that Atlanta bass? Because that was a thing too. Was you an R&B? You went back to them 90s R&B? What was your go-to? What did you like to do?
I like this question because I always tell people this. So being from Pensacola, Florida, we're in the Panhandle. We don't move the same way as the guys in the peninsula would do. So I am more A-Town stump than peanut butter and jelly.
Oh,
I am more stomp them to the flow than the South Florida shake and all the other stuff or whatever they do down there. So we were more so like that, right?
Yeah.
Like of course we would listen to Trick and Lil Rose, all that stuff like that. But I probably have more Hot Boy, Lil Wayne, Juvenile, T.I., anything Atlanta discography.
Yeah.
So it was for me, it was more so like that. Even I started listening a little bit more East Coast stuff like that. But when it comes to Southern music, it was more so New Orleans and Atlanta because of the proximity. Atlanta is 5 hours away from Pensacola. New Orleans is only 3 hours away to the west.
I know. When I went out to visit that girl, she told me that. I was like, "Oh, you spring break, girl. We going to spring break. We go to Orange." She said it was that close. I was like, "Well, that's the good thing about coming all the way to here to see you. Let's go. Let go."
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna come back to something you mentioned there. So you got up out of Pensacola quick. What you running from, Brother Welch? What you running from?
I wasn't running from anything. I was running towards success. If I wasn't running from anything, I was running towards success.
So you said Alabama State. What's the mascot? What are they?
The Hornets.
Okay. So, y'all got a nice rivalry. I don't want to embarrass myself. Man, y'all got a nice HBCU rivalry right there in Alabama. I think yeah. Who was the game?
So the game is between us and Alabama A&M. That is the Magic City Classic.
That's the one. That's the one.
So we have two big rivals. So that former school up in North Alabama, I'm shooting a little bit of shots here. Alabama A&M. We play in the Magic City Classic every year. It's the largest HBCU classic in the world. Do not let people fool you about the Bayou Classic. It is really the Magic City Classic. Ooh. And between us and Tuskegee, we play the Turkey Day Classic, which is the oldest HBCU rivalry in the world.
Y'all doing that thing. Y'all doing that thing, Alabama State. Okay. I gotta know though. You get up on campus. What did you decide you was gonna do? Well, was you under the mama pressure? Boy, you better go be pre-med, or did you already know what you wanted to do when you got there? What was the plan?
This is an excellent question because a lot of people don't know this. But when I first got there, and my mom, she didn't pressure me. I mean, it was understood that, you go be a success, failure, I won't say failure is not an option. Quitting wasn't an option, right? Yeah. So my family instilled that in me. But when I first got to Alabama State, I was a theater major. Because I love looking brother. Wherefore art thou, Welchy? Right. Exactly. I just knew I was going to be a thespian, right?
Right.
Which, and it's still in my blood. Like to this day, tomorrow, if somebody asked me, if they offer me a movie role, I would probably accept it. If somebody asked me to be,
I gotta be rude. We gonna stop right there. Brother, you wearing the tights? If we gonna do some Shakespeare in the Park, you wearing the tights? You a thespian. Come on, you said the words. You don't use thespian. You didn't say actor. You said thespian. So you all about the art.
I am.
No tights.
But that art form can get done without no tights. Tyrone Welch ain't wearing no Spanx. No Sir Steve and no Ma'am Pam. No.
This is gold. All right. Allow me for being rude. Continue on, brother. So you went there to be a theater major, and Correct. It sounds like you followed it for a while.
I did. So what ended up happening was that I think I was sitting in a career center one day, and I don't know, it just kind of came to me, and I started looking at, my what would happen when I graduated. Yeah. So when you graduate with a theater degree, you really only have two options. That is to A, go to drama school, B, become a drama teacher. And because I really wasn't interested on sleeping on somebody's couch or maybe sleeping on the street on Skid Row in Los Angeles, California, and I don't want to be anybody's drama teacher. So I was like, well, I got to figure out something truly tangible for my life.
Right.
So I just started thinking about, I was like, okay, what else am I good at? What am I talented at? Well, I went to magnet school in middle school, and my mom always had me around computers and just book work. And my aunt, who's a principal, I was really good at English and stuff like that. So I just kind of thought, and I put it all together, and that's how I became a computer information systems major. Well, CIS, it was in the business administration building. So that is how I became a business major. And I always told myself, I was like, let me go ahead and get the real money out. That would be my supplemental income. And then I could always go back and chase my dreams of being, an actor, thespian, or whatever the case may be, maybe a screenwriter, writing scripts, stuff like that. Like I can always chase that as a side piece to the main thing that I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
And I got in it, and of course I graduated. I got my bachelor's in business administration, focused in CIS. And I mean, after that, the rest was history, man. And I will say, like I said, there's a piece of me that wonders what could have been.
Yeah.
But I do know, because of the success that I'm having now, I made the right decision. But it's all about me and my grind to find out, how do I tie in, my lost theater major and stuff like that. But it does tie in because I'm able to present things to people. I'm still on stage, like doing presentations in corporate America, doing presentations outside of corporate America, actually getting up speaking to people. Like that stage presence works wonders when you have to get up and speak. You know what I mean?
Sir.
And being able to reach that crowd, having crowd control. I mean that in a great way, because you need that when you're public speaking. So it all kind of worked itself out. Like I may not be on the silver screen making $20 million in appearance, but I'm not doing terrible for myself these days.
Hold on, man. So I'm a dude from Pensacola. I'm at college. I'm a freshman. I'm trying my best to get all the kissing parts as a theater major. Am I right? You're looking at the script like, oh, he kissing. I mean, I couldn't have done that, bro. I would have been like, yo, look, where the kissing joints at? I mean, it feels like that ain't acting. Am I right? Are the makeout scenes in theater, is that acting? Or is it hard to do it because you want to enjoy it so you can enjoy it? I'm always curious about that.
Generally, it's acting. I think I will tell a terribly kept secret, but the better looking the co-star, the easier your job is to do it. I'm gonna keep it a bean, a buck, whatever the young folks want to say these days. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you and a bean.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I was in a movie. I lived in Los Angeles. I was in a movie. And I remember I called my girlfriend and I was like, hey, they got this scene and they want me to make out. And I was like, yo, can you come up to be the extra that I make out with? Now, at that time, we was early in the relationship, but brother was going to take that opportunity. She couldn't. She lived in San Diego. She was in college in San Diego, and I was in Los Angeles, 2-hour drive for those who don't know. So I wanted to make sure it was good. So I'm gonna have to go do that though, right? And she was cool. I'm still with her to this day. Another reason why I married that one. But she was like, "No, do you get your IMDb up?" Right. So she said, "Do your thing." But they ultimately we didn't get to shoot that scene. And I know I did like 7 or 8. only 2 made the movie, but yeah. But does that impress you? I don't really get to tell a lot of people that. Does that impress you?
Hey, I'm impressed, man. As somebody who didn't get to do a kissing scene when he was actually trying to act, I'm impressed.
Yeah.
I don't have a hat on, but I tip my hat to you, brother.
Yo, I already had a job when I lived in Los Angeles. And what I know, Brother Welch, is when I went to auditions, I'm good. Like you said, I know I won't sleep on no Skid Row. My money was nice.
Yeah.
But when I walked into those rooms trying to be friendly, my normal exuberant self, ain't nobody trying to make eye contact. They all like this.
Yeah. It's all business.
Cramming for those lines. Yeah. And they see me as competition, and they don't like the fact that I'm relaxed. So those rooms was never really like my spot. And I think that's why when I went in, I would deliver the lines with no pressure. Like I was just calm with it. And I just knew, I was like, yo, I want to try this my way. This is how I interpret the character, not cramming, trying to see what they want. I was like, nah, this is how I interpret it. Let me do that. So in the Midwest, there's in supermarkets, there's a few info commercials with knives. You might see your boy in it. I'm very demonstrative. I'm with a fake wife, and I'm like, I want those knives. You can't hear me because there's a overlay of someone explaining, but you can see how demonstrative I am about the knives. I'm like, didn't have no speaking line, but I had to mouth all that. Loved it, yo. Loved it. It ain't over for you. Just so you know, you in the 10th largest city in America. For those who don't know, he's in Austin, Texas. Y'all want to come find him? There's a few of them. I was like, let me go find Mr. Welch, Brother Welch. He went to Austin. Come get him. But I know they be filming some stuff up around these parts. Mm-hmm. Do you think we can get you do a little weekend gig, a little screen time?
You know what? I absolutely would. I would take it. I would take it.
I got his phone number, people. I ain't gonna put it out there. Next time I come across an audition, I'm gonna send it to a brother. We may go live when he get it, and we gonna find out if he's gonna go or not. We may have to do that one, stream that one live, get the real time reaction. No, I can't do it today, brother. I gotta go to the main gig. That's the likely story, right? Man, you know they tripping in my main joint. So, what would be your ideal opportunity right now? Right now. I know, look, you done said it. For those who don't know, y'all got the title. We're going to get to the gritty, but we're going to talk about the funny right now, though. Mm-hmm. Hypothetically, Brother Welch, play the hypothetical game. Right now, I got the megaphone. I got on the beret. Bear with me. I'm a big-time director. It could be a movie. It could be off Broadway. We either going to LA or we going to New York. It could be a commercial. It could be a TV show. What do you want to do with those thespian chops? What would you want to do?
You know, I would actually want to be in a comedy.
Yo,
I would like it was. So I got two. It's probably two genres that I love the most: comedy and suspense.
Get out.
I can be the funny guy. I can be the guy that keeps you in suspense, that plays the cerebral games. I can be that guy too. I always love those characters.
Yeah. Okay. I say Get Out. So that's horror. That's horror. You're suspense horror like thriller. Okay. All right. Yeah. So like you a Unabomber, dude? Like we don't know if you actually blowing stuff up or why you blowing stuff up.
I mean, well, I would say somebody pulling the strings from behind the scenes.
No, you got me.
I can have you touch without lifting a finger.
Oh, yeah. I like that. Yeah. And that ain't something you see all the time. You know, it's okay. I like where you went with that. See, that's we asking the hard stuff. So for those who don't know, what we have in the title here is we have a gentleman who is, according to the Black Business Journal, the Austin Journal and Community News, top 40 professionals and entrepreneurs. Achievements in Black Austin, Juneteenth Jubilee, 5th anniversary celebration. And they put them in alphabetical order, so you towards the bottom, but that don't mean nothing. That ain't foreshadowing. See, that was some thespian stuff out of that. That ain't foreshadowing. And he may not be a star-crossed lover when it comes to his popularity here, but brother, you the top 40? I know we got top 5 dead or alive, but you top. This is the 10th largest city in America, and you in the top 40?
Yeah, I was.
Can we hang out? Are you following me on my? Can we take some selfies together and whatnot? You kind of a big deal, brother.
And you know, I try, and to answer your question, yes, we can hang out. We can hang out like a clothesline, good brother. Yes, sir. And you know what's funny is that everything you just said, I had to repeat to myself. Because out of all the people in this city, it's the 10th largest city in the United States.
Yes, sir.
You know, they went through over 250 applications and nominations and stuff like that. And they decided that Tyrone Welch, Pensacola, Florida, was top 40 in the city of Austin, Texas. Not Louisville, Kentucky, not a little city in Missouri, but Austin, Texas, 10th largest city in the United States. I don't know.
I want to jump in there. I want to make sure you hit this one. Slam this on the head. We in Texas. we got Houston. We got Dallas. We got the Alamo, San Antonio. But this the capital of that great, very, very important state to the United States of America. In the city, in the capital of the state, you're the top 40.
Yeah. And I don't know if I was the 10th chosen. I don't know if I was 21st. I don't know if I was the last one that made it in the top 40. But you know what? I'm in the top 40.
wait, brother, what? You seem like a professional. I mean, clearly, you top 40 professional entrepreneurs. So who cares about my opinion? This Austin Journal has got it. But let me just offer you something here. Let me see. There's a young brother. His name is Tyrone Welch. He was number 41. You gonna give up your spot?
Absolutely not.
Man, help a brother out. Help another Tyrone out. That's my cousin.
I would help him out by whenever they assign the tables and stuff. I would be like, hey, I got an extra ticket. I can invite you to see these people. And if need be, I can put in a good word for you for the 6th annual.
That's 6, right? But he can't get it on a 5. He can't get it on a 5.
You can't get my spot because I don't know if I was number 40 that they chose. Because if I was number 40, you was 41, that's going to bump out this Tyrone Welch. So Tyrone Welch show is going to have to wait.
See you next year.
It's always next year. It's always next year. I'll get on a panel to help you out, but you just can't have this spot. Not today, my brother.
This is true. So they've been doing this for 5 years. This is the 5th year. Mm-hmm. You know they was in a rush. I ain't saying this for you. I'm saying this for the listeners. They was in a rush. The first year, that was hard as hell trying to get the 40. The second year, you playing catch up because you know you left something out there. The third year, we coming out of COVID by that time, and now they trying to look around, and they may be struggling because nobody outside. You're trying to say, well, who is integral to that? You get to number 4, and then you say, all right, well, we back to it. But number 5, this the one where life is normal. Mm-hmm. No concessions. We're not just coming out of some stuff. We don't care how many doses, how many shots you don't have. This is fair game. The way I see it, that's how I break it down. But you top 200. Can nobody ever take that from you? Top 200, that's 5 times 40. You don't have to be a computer information systems. You're a nerd. But you ain't got to be a computer information systems to do that math.
Yeah.
That's you top 200. Can't nobody do that. They will get to the 20th year. They go get to the 25th year. But them brothers, I don't know what that math 5 times 40 times 20 or 25. But I know what 5 times.
We're going to say a lot.
You in there, brother. You in there. So when we got big dog cities, big dog Fortune 5. For those who don't know, we got Tesla, we got Google, we got TikTok, we got Dell, all here. But they want this man that y'all listening to, hopefully looking at, because that's a mighty fine bow tie. I don't give you that compliment already, though. But the listeners may not know that there's less than 3% of America that know how to tie that bow tie. That looks like a real one right there.
Oh, it is. I don't do pre-tie.
No, you don't. That ain't the clip on. Ain't the clip on, Joy. So, Brother Welch, when you got the news, I want to know where you was, and I want to know who you called, notified first.
I'm going to be completely transparent. I'm going to be honest. So when I got the news, I was literally leaving a ceremony. When I finally turned my phone back on, because, you had to have your cell phones off pretty much. Yeah. I turned my phone back on. I checked my messages, and I just opened my email, and I saw a congratulations. And I was like, congratulations for what? Is this spam? And it said, congratulations, top 40 professionals and entrepreneurs. And I had to blink, and I had to look at it, and I was like, oh, bleep. I got selected. And I was coming out of that ceremony, and I just looked at it because I remember what ceremony I was at. I was full of glee for a different reason. Right. And I saw that, and then it was like, damn, you would have to surgically remove the smile from my face. You was already high. I was already high. Now I'm high as a bird. Yeah. Yo, is this for real? And I looked at it and I was like, yo, this is incredible. So the first person I literally told, it wasn't my significant other, it was my frat brother, because he was standing right there. And I was like, yo, I just got selected as top 40 professionals, entrepreneurs. He was like, no stuff. He didn't say stuff. He was like, no stuff. And I was like, no stuff. So I got two things. What fraternity are you a part of? The Noble Clan of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, the preeminent fraternity in the world. I know 1911. I know y'all. Oh, and Indiana. Y'all was set up in Indiana. Yeah, y'all won that HBCU. Y'all was like prospectors, right? Y'all was like, we gonna start here. Oh, we gonna start it right here, where there ain't a lot of people that would want to be in a historically black fraternity, but we'll brave it. Correct. All right. Correct. So those who don't know that. But the second thing is, so you left a ceremony. You said you already had glee. Your fraternity brother's right there. I know he looked at you like, brother, why you smiling so much? The ceremony over. Before you could deliver the news to him. You're like, you all right? You kind of smiley right now. And I showed him the phone, and he was like, damn, that's what's up. And I was like, no, man. Yeah. So, I mean, everybody want to know. Top 40. There's going to be a ceremony. If I'm correct here, Saturday, June 22nd at 6 p.m. I want everybody to know, because if y'all close to this dude, start inviting him to stuff now. Make it hard for him so he can be like, no, I can't go. What you mean you can't go, man? It's a wedding. Saturday, June 22nd. Everybody book everything on Saturday, June 22nd. Let's see if we can bring this brother. We gonna leave you. You gonna be taxed. You be like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Mm-mm. Yeah, if you book me for anything on the 22nd, you're gonna be show. I'm sorry. You're gonna be show. If you're looking for Tyrone Welch, Tyrone is gonna be with the Awesome Black Business Journal on the 22nd from 6 to 10. So you know what? No, don't. You ain't coming at your people like that. The gloves is off. You ain't coming at your people like that, Tyrone Welch. I'm gonna take up for your people. Yo, Welch people, don't worry.
Tyrone Welch will be free. Holla at that brother.
Mm-hmm.
Go get number 41. He'll be free.
Yep. 41 gonna be free. Free as a
41
bird.
gonna be free.
Yeah.
All right. So this is a great ceremony. We always thinking it, bro. How many tickets you getting to go?
So for right now it's up for sponsorship. So we have scholarship. But the Awesome Black Business Journal, they're offering sponsorship packets because it is a sponsorship gala and scholarship gala. So right now they are accepting sponsorship packets from a multitude of companies in the area or anybody who wants to sponsor the honorees. Once that is completed, then tickets are up for purchase by the general public. So unfortunately, I don't have a date for that.
Yeah.
So because right now they're still accepting all the sponsorships and stuff like that. So unfortunately, I hate to do this. I really don't have too much information about it. I hate delivering bad news like that.
No, that ain't bad news because I know you're gonna hear me some good news right now. Looking at my Google Calendar right now. Hey, I got a tournament that day, a golf tournament. I'm gonna need a fourth. You can you help me out? Can you play with me that day?
As long as I can wrap it up by 3:00, I gotta come home and take a shower because I got something to be.
No, we can't rush the game, brother. We can't rush the game.
Well, here's another piece of bad news. I'm afraid that I have to deliver. Two bad news segments within 75 seconds.
Yes, sir.
You invite me to play golf with you. You have no intentions of winning.
Yeah, that ain't what you did.
There's one thing that is deficient is my golf game. The last time I was at the driving range, sparks came off my club. I'm not sure that's supposed to happen.
Nah, I ain't never seen that. Nah, that ain't good. That ain't good.
Yeah, if you invite me to play golf with you, just go ahead and don't be looking for the trophy. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, you know what? Now I just remembered I got that spot filled. You know what? And you got somewhere you got to be anyway at 6. And I don't want to rush you because you got to go home, shower, get tie another bow tie. Yeah, we good. We good. I appreciate you though, but I'm good. I'm good. Let me get off that.
How ironic is that, man? Look at let's see how black folks do you. See how black folks do you.
It's in my mind. I feel bad for bringing it up because now that I think about it, I got that spot.
When you say you ain't no good, you can't come. It's just like being on Space Table.
No,
I can play a little bit. You can't play with me if you.
Nah, we good. Nah, if you ain't saying the right thing, you ain't playing. You ain't saying, you ain't playing. All right, how about this then? What brought you to Austin, Texas? How we get you over here in Austin, Texas, Mr. Pensacola, Florida, living in Alabama? How you end up here?
Well, I think I can speak as a lot of people. The thing that got me here was a job. So actually, I moved to Texas in 2013. I was working at the time. I was working with a company called CGI. Well, when I was in Dallas Fort Worth.
Okay.
So I ended up leaving CGI and I went to a smaller software development company. And lo and behold, I wanted to have the title of business analyst. Right, I was doing business analysis work, but I didn't have the title. Lo and behold, a business analyst job became available with CGI. So they wanted to bring me back, but they said, we'll bring you back, but the kicker is you have to move to Austin. And I was like, I really didn't want to move, but it wasn't because, of course, I hadn't been in Austin. I'd never been to Austin ever. But when I was in Dallas Fort Worth, I had a great church that I was going to. I had an internet radio show there. I was active in another fraternity. I mean, I'm actually in Alpha Kappa Psi, Professional Business Fraternity Incorporated as well. And at the time, I was their chapter president and a charter member. So I just had all of these things in flight. And I really just started thinking, I was like, this might be an offer that I can't refuse in terms of my career. And I was thinking like, well, I can always do my radio show turn into a podcast. the Lord is omnipresent. He's everywhere you go. And plus, I'm going to find a church home no matter what. The mentorship I was doing with youth, I mean, of course, youth are everywhere. So I prayed on it, and I just went ahead and I took that leap of faith, and I was like, you know what? I'll go ahead and move to Austin. So I moved to Austin in 2016, sight unseen, didn't know nothing about Austin. And I'm not going to lie to you. The first 6 months I moved here, I pouted because it was not like Dallas Fort Worth. It was not like Montgomery. It was not like Pensacola. And I was like, what in the HELL did I move myself to?
Yes.
But CGI, and I always, this is my testimony. Even though that job didn't work out, I know I said their name. Even though that job didn't work out, it got me here because the blessing that I needed was here. Oh. And I always tell people, I think the Lord has a sense of humor, because he was like, I can never let this guy go to Austin. Because if he goes to Austin just one time, he'll never move here. He'll never get all the blessings that I have for him down here, right? Mm-hmm. But when I moved here, of course, I worked there. Then I started working at my next employer, and then I started working at my current employer. And I was sharing this with some of the kids that I mentor. I was like, when I was growing up in college and even graduating college, I always said, I want to live in a big city. I want to work downtown in a big city. I want to work a corporate job in a big city. Like, I just thought I was going to be a downtown businessman and all that stuff. It happened in segments. It did not happen all at one time. But all of those dreams came true. And I had that epiphany, just a few short years ago. And I was like, everything that I prayed for, the Lord provided for me. Wow. And I'm always just eternally grateful. And because I said all of that to say, you never know where your journey is going to take you. And I'm always big about that. Like, people always look at the destination, like, I made it here. That's not the best part of it. The best part of it is the journey, man. Because life has a lot of peaks and valleys. It's how you navigate those. Like the journey is it's what makes you. Like, it's that perseverance, it's that dedication, it's that steadfast, relentless journey, that relentless focus. Like, it's almost like that maniacal obsession to be great. Yeah. Right. When you appreciate the journey the most, the destination is just the icing on the cake.
Yeah. No, you're right. I'm a little curious. I got two things from what you were saying there. Did you say you're in Kappa Alpha Psi and Alpha Kappa Psi? You're getting close to the best, ain't you?
Yeah. Yes. So Alpha Kappa Psi is a professional business fraternity. It's actually the oldest one. It was founded October 5th, 1904 at New York University. And of course, Kappa Alpha Psi founded January 5th, 1911. We're the second oldest fraternity, the National Pan-Hellenic Council. Founded January 5th, 1911 on the campus of Indiana University in Bloomington, Indiana. So yes, it is in close proximity, but like to keep it all in the family.
Oh, I see that. And then I notice Pensacola, Montgomery, Dallas, Austin. You scared of them northerners, ain't you? You scared of snow? You scared to leave warm weather?
I am not, actually. Another funny thing, when I was coming out of college, I kind of wanted to move to the DMV area or Chicago. Yeah. Just because I knew it would be more jobs there. Of course, Black people. I'm big on my culture. I love my people. You know, and when I was in undergrad, it may have been, a couple of nice young ladies that hailed from the 312, and I was like, oh, so there's more y'all up there that look like that? Cool.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want to go to a Howard homecoming. Yeah, you will make some life decisions and move real quick. Remember, Biggie used to at Howard homecoming. He said he was there. I got to do another Biggie lyric because I'm talking to T-Bone. Welch is great, but yeah, man, if he gonna leave New York, the media capital of the world, to go to Howard homecoming, you know they doing some things down there in Chocolate City.
Yeah.
All right.
I've never been to Howard homecoming, but I will say this: like, never discredit the homecomings in the South. Like, I've been to FAMU homecoming several times. Of course, our own homecoming, which is nothing to sneeze at. Tuskegee is one of our biggest rivals, but Tuskegee have a pretty good homecoming weekend. When I was in school, they had this thing called the Players Ball. Anybody listening to this that might be from the state of Alabama, they will remember what I'm talking about. If they're of a certain age range, they'll remember that. So it was a great time. A time was had. Let's say it like that.
Yeah. I could imagine.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Let's man, this time went quick, but that's good because that was my expectation. I need to know, what do you listen to right now musically in your car as you drive, bear with me, to your downtown job, you big corporate top 40 tycoon? What you listening to? What's the music you're listening to?
I'm going to sound like a meme right now, but I listen to trap music on the way to my corporate job. And when I say trap music, I'm talking about Thug Motivation 101, Young Jeezy type of music. I still listen to T.I. like Urban Legend came out yesterday. That was my era, right? That was my era. Like Rosé's first album, Port of Miami, stuff like that. I'm banking. However, I have a wide gap. Well, not a wide gap, but I have a wide array of music that I listen to. It just depends on my mood. So some days I will listen to Anderson .Paak. Like Malibu is still one of my favorite albums to this day, right? And just depending on another mood, I might be listening to the greatest hits of the Isley Brothers.
Ooh.
So I may drive to work listening to Groove With You. I might want to throw on some Summer Breeze, just to kind of get my mind right if I got a meeting or something like that. But if I'm just like regular, like in my element, I'm probably listening to some hip hop, man.
Trap.
Yeah.
He literally heard someone talking about cooking them up, and then he goes up into a meeting trying to cook them up. He tried to. Hey, Tyrone, you seem a little sharp today. Like you're talking really fast and you're making some intense eye contact. Yeah, on the way.
If I gotta be political in a meeting, I might listen to a little Hove as I'm driving up too.
You're not a businessman. You a business,
man. You better say it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ain't no wrong. All right. I believe in 6 degrees of separation. And I want to know, who are you going to offer to meet out on this podcast next? Because they are the most interesting person in this world to you. They ain't got to be the richest. They ain't got to be the most famous. But they're interesting to you, and you know them. You can touch them.
Oh, I can touch them.
And we'll learn something about you from who you offer here. You don't have to impress us, but, just... It could be someone recent. It could be something old. But the staying power of interest is there.
Shucks. If I could get anybody on here, I'm gonna go hometown. I honestly think it would have to either be Roy Jones or Derrick Brooks, and I'm gonna keep it in house with Pensacola because those two guys. So coming from Pensacola, generally we're still like level-headed people and just kind of easygoing and stuff like that, and down to earth. And I always told people this religiously. Roy Jones is probably one of the most genuine people you're ever gonna meet. Like genuine, like when he was like undefeated, undisputed light heavyweight champion and stuff like that, he was still living in Pensacola, and you could walk around and probably see him in Pensacola. Like
he was hooping too.
He was hooping. That's what I was going to get to. We had this place called Cobb Centers on the east side, on 6th Avenue, 7th Avenue. You could go see Roy Jones hooping in Cobb Center, and he would be hooping. He would have like all the kids would be outside, and it's like a hot summer day. He gives somebody $100. Go get all the kids some popsicles, right? He's that type of guy. He's that type of guy. Like. So he's always been interested in me. And like Derek Brooks, once again, down to earth guy, anything for you, will always come back and do stuff for the community, like always, right? You know, it's people like that you want to interview and be around because they're genuine. Yeah. Like the stardom, I'm this, I'm that, but I'm this first. Yeah. So if there was anybody that I could get on, I mean, I don't think I can just reach out and touch them like that. But if I could get them, I would get them on here.
Well, that was a good time for me. I told you I was in Central Florida when Derek Brooks was with the Bucks. I mean, that was a good time. He had Warwick Dunn, Mike Allstott, Warren Sapp. Those were some good years. Those are my years when I was living there. So, that was tough for me.
My father coached him. So my father coached Derek Brooks. In Little League,
Man, I'd have that picture on my wall, T-shirts. I'm leading with that. Y'all know I could have ran them off, right? But I was such a good coach. I turned them into that. That's what it comes down to. I do some youth coaching. I was just at the softball fields before here doing some tryouts for an all-star. And, any of them take off, your boy going to be right there saying, right here. You got to have him as a 6-year-old for them to make it to be a 7-year-old. And when I had him, I'm the one that gave him the love of the game. That's just what I'm saying. That's how I lead with it. Before we go, I want to ask you one last question. What if we want to follow you? You may have just made some new fans. Any social media you want to drop? Any ways that we can stay in contact? I know. A lot of us aren't going to get because you had all that bad news. Remember that time when you was on a podcast, you had negative bad things to say in 75 seconds. So we already know we're not getting tickets. but you know, what would you want to offer us to follow you?
So you can follow me on Facebook, Tyrone Welch, professional speaker. That is my fan page. Also, I have my own nonprofit organization called the Bold Code Foundation. That is also on Facebook as well. It is live and active, and also on Instagram. You can follow Bold Code Foundation on there as well.
Man, Tyrone Welch, top 40. Listen, top 40 professionals and entrepreneurs. Achievements in Black Austin, Juneteenth Jubilee, 5th anniversary celebration. I'm going to tell you, this was great. This was awesome for me. I appreciate you. When I saw that pop up on LinkedIn, and I was like, yo. But then I looked down at the bottom, and I was like, yo, I know that guy. I know that guy. So
that fella looks familiar.
So I want to say the top 40 is awesome, but to your point, the glee for me was up here because I could say I know somebody that's top 40. Can't nobody take this from you for the rest of your life. So congratulations on that.
Thank you so much. It's a blessing and it's a privilege, man. I'm really honored.
Well, we are going to let everybody have the opportunity to follow you. We're not done. This went quick. I think there's a lot more meat on the bone. There's so much more we could talk about, but we're going to leave them hungry. We're going to get them to come back.
We're going to do a sequel?
I was gonna say, is there a chance that you could come back?
As an actor, can we give him a sequel one?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have our people talk to your people. We'll send over some lines. Go ahead and read through, and then your choice of the character you want to play.
Okay.
Gotcha. And there'll be some suspense brothers in there too, because we was listening. Hey, thanks for coming on, man. This was awesome.
Thank you so much.
Have a great night.
All right, you too. Thank you.